don't realize that when sex is like a penis and a penis, that that's actually sex, and it is, and it's still kind of risky. So
I actually told him no, and I'm not like a very blunt person when it comes to that. I'm blunt about everything else.
I'm running for the Senate in 2021 and the presidency in 2032. Yeah.
You don't put out the first date.
No, I do not hit it and quit it.
I have goals in life, but, you know, I'm still, you know, working on myself.
But no, I think that's really important, getting to know the person. Yes. Where and how did you lose your virginity?
I actually lost it while watching Queer as Folk. And it was in his house, and my sister was asleep in the same room.
My boyfriend and I had been dating for 8 months, but we talked about it for about a month or so. We just kind of like talked about our fears, like what we expected, who was going to bottom first, who was going to top first. And then just one night, it was kind of a cute night in, and the night just led to it, and we decided that it was time to have sex. So we did. And then we dated for another year.
I actually lost my virginity when I was 12.
That's not bad.
To somebody who, and it's actually pretty common.
That's actually really
What
common.
is that? When you look at like
My neighbor lost hers when she was like 6, and she kept going.
6 years old. And
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have lost them even younger.
Mm-hmm.
So, and when I talk about losing virginity when I was 12, I talk oral sex because I consider that still losing virginity. Some people don't. There's different definitions for what it means to have sex. But anyways, but then, so yeah, let's leave it at that. But I didn't actually realize, this is the thing, is it sounds like ignorant on my part, but when you're 12 years old and you're taught your whole life that sex is with the vagina and a penis, you don't realize that when sex is like a penis and a penis, that that's actually sex, and it is, and it's still kind of risky. So.
What is your favorite holiday tradition?
My parents, they still do it, even though we're all old and in our 20s. And anyways, they always made Santa footprints out of baking soda. And so we'd have Santa footprints like go to all of our rooms and down the stairs, and Santa footprints would be all over our brick fireplace and up to our stockings from Santa, and it would even like go over to like the little doggy bed and pet our dog.
Oh,
My parents still do it.
Just like, it always has to do with food. Like
Such a culture.
The moment that like Cadbury eggs are available, there's like 10 boxes in our kitchen, and I don't know. We don't have a lot of like traditions. I think leaving for college and then coming back and visiting, like it became tradition that we play board games like every time I'm home. So it's not really a holiday tradition anymore. It's just more of a we play board games constantly.
Have you ever had a stalker? And I'm not talking about like me outside your window.
I have actually. It was someone that like his name was Josh, and so he was like, "Oh, funny, we have the same name," and it like started as that. And he would constantly, like every single time I posted something on Facebook, he'd like it or he'd comment on it like within a minute of me posting it. And this was like before everyone had smartphones. This was like 6 years ago. He was a resident advisor, and I was like applying to be a resident advisor, so we thought we had all this in common. And he would show up at my room. And he'd show up events that I was going to because he saw that I was going to them. And it was actually really terrifying. Like, I did not like him
One of my
at
first
all.
boyfriends that I ever dated, he was just like really, really, really obsessed. Like, he was all about like, you know, going through my MySpace friends, going through my comments I had on there, you know, checking everything that I sent out or everything that I would get in. Every morning when my mom would drop me off at high school, like my freshman and sophomore year, he would be like right there in the inside doors of the commons waiting for me. He'd meet me after each class and like walk me like to each class, and just like I just never like got any alone time, and then he would just like send me text after text after text, and it just like it gets old fast, really.
What's your passion in life?
Want to graduate with my nursing degree and just go travel the world, one. And two, I'm really looking forward to doing a lot of pro bono work because I'm going into anesthesia.
I wouldn't say I have a passion, and it's not necessarily that I don't want one. I just don't know what it is. I know I have goals in life, but I'm still working on myself. I'm only 19. I'm trying to figure out who I am as a person and trying to grow from myself.
It's kind of politics. It's more really helping people, and I just choose for politics to be the vehicle to do that through. And running for the Senate in 2021 and the presidency in 2032. Yeah, I kind of worry sometimes. I want to help like every problem and person in the whole world that I could like help the whole world, and then one person wasn't helped, and it's all.
My passion is teaching, and I want to be a teacher. I'm about to graduate with a
That's fantastic.
teaching degree. So I want to teach for a while, and then I actually want. I have it all planned out. I'm going to get my master's in counseling with focus on like LGBT families,
Right.
and then my doctorate in sex education, focusing on LGBT sex education. What I really want to be is like an LGBT couples.
I can see myself becoming a teacher someday. Right now I have my bachelor's of science in community health, which really involves educating the community, but in a different way than a classroom setting. And I really enjoy that. But like right now, I would say my passion with education is sexual education.
What is your ideal date?
Like an ideal first date for me is just to be able to like feel like I can relax around you and have fun, and feel like that I can be able to like build a trust foundation with you. Feel like you're not just on this date because you're trying to like fill a void because you need a relationship, and whether that's just taking me out to like NASCAR indoor speedway and racing the go-karts, or some super nice fancy melting pot dinner. You know what? Just talk to me.
Walking and definitely walking somewhere outside. You definitely have to have coffee. You want to go crazy, so coffee somewhere in there, and just kind of talking about each other's passions and building.
But our first date, we met and we each brought supplies for a picnic, and we went and like watched the sunset and like had wine and like in the park. Like it was just really cute. We just talked. We ended up talking for like 4 hours. Like it was great.